Happy Monday, friends. It's a fantastic Monday. How's everybody doing? Oh, it's a good day. It's a wonderful, bright, shiny day. How is it for everyone else? Oh, fantastic, fantastic. It's so springy, dude. We went on a walk yesterday and it just smelled so, the whole air just was so perfumey and sweet and amazing. Oh, I love this time of year so much. I was gonna say so stinking much, but so fragrant much. Oh, it's lovely. Hey, Mr.
So stinking much
John.
works. That works.
So stinking much.
Totally works.
It's just yeah. Does it? I guess it would be especially true if you had allergies right now. Happy Monday, Jessica. Spring is in the air. Are you feeling the need to spring clean house in more ways than one? I don't know. It feels like it's a time for change and new things. It was interesting today. I was doing my makeup, and I use this little two-sided. Happy Monday, Kelly. I use this two-sided eyeliner pen, which I love. So it has this little cat eye side. It's a necessity. But the other side is a star. It's like a little star stamp. So it gives you a perfect star. And so sometimes I open the wrong end and it's a star, and I'm not going to put star anywhere on my face. So that might be the next cool thing to do. But sometimes I'll just be like, oh, it does make a cute little star. So I just put it right on my hand sometimes because it's so cute. Look at that little star. But it reminded me today of what my focus word for the year is, which is shine. And I was like, I should just, when I needed like an extra reminder of what my focus is, just put my little star stamp. So where I'll see it often and just remind me, it's okay to shine. It's okay to, like start new things or end things that, aren't serving you well or that aren't, making you shine, that are like dulling your shine, that's a great question. It's so rubbed off that I can't, it has absolutely not one marking of brand on it anymore. I want to say it was like a sample in one of those cool little boxes like that you get, cosmetics from. So it's not even a brand that I buy. I can't even remember. Isn't that terrible?
Where would
For
you
eyeliner stamp? I know it's pretty fun.
Yeah, when would you use the star? That seems weird to me.
Every day.
Okay.
But a perfect little star, right? It's so cute.
It is
It
adorable.
comes out perfect every time.
Yeah.
Like a cute little star beauty mark. I wish my mole was in a star shape. That would be epic. Hola, Ashley. Hi, friends. How are you? It's so good to see you. So good to chat with you. I wasn't here on Friday. I totally didn't. We didn't have a date on Friday. I missed you. John will find it. I have full confidence. Oh, that's a good little challenge for him. He is good at finding things. You're on it.
I'm on it right now.
Yeah. So I was like, it was like a silly thought that turned into a deep thought that I was like, I like this. I like the little reminder that you can be a superstar, just let good things in, let go of things that aren't making you feel good. I feel like that's been what the year has been about. This crazy year. It's anytime you grow, it kind of hurts and it kind of is uncomfortable. So I think that's what a huge part of this year has been. It's like, okay, these things aren't good for me anymore, or these things are good for me. And it's kind of was a year of finding out what is good for you and what you can do better. There's a lot of good things about this past year, I feel like, but obviously really bad things. But I guess that's That's my deep thought for today is like, what do you do with it? And what have you learned this year? How have you grown this year? I feel like I've grown a little, I don't know, in a lot of different ways, but you know, you can share with me. Let me know. Tell me what you have learned, how you have grown this year. I'd love to hear it.
Well,
I
I
know
have
it's,
learned. I have learned something.
what? Yeah, let me
I've
know.
learned. I've learned that it is the color top QT mark. That's that's the little star.
Okay.
Yeah, the QT mark.
Is it Color Pop?
Yes, color pop.
I remember that name.
And
That's it.
it's the dual-ended eyeliner. I'm sorry. It's the QT mark or the dual-ended eyeliner. There you go.
I love it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I'm
Mr. John.
sure to
Look at
help.
that. She put, Lexi put forth a challenge to you and you accepted. We learned that John accepts challenges. That could be, be careful what you challenge him to do. He's a doer, that man. He's a doer. You've learned to adapt with your business through these times of the pandemic. I didn't think I was capable of doing. I love that. Yeah, I think it's made us think in different ways. I did the same thing, it had to change or it wouldn't have survived. So that's a great lesson.
Yeah,
Really
I see. I think that we've all had to change our way of thinking, in different, a variety of different ways. But especially when it comes to business at this time, at a time where there's so much change happening, I've had to adjust what I do and how I do it, and focus on different elements of my business. Yeah, I've not a whole lot of people know this, but I lost about 70% of my business this last year. And so now with people getting into stadiums and people getting back into events, I had to think about my processes and think about ways to refine my thinking, and being able to be agile and adjust is so key at a time like this.
And those who were able to adjust are really not only, I mean, I feel like some businesses, it was almost impossible, So I think those who could adjust, I think that's a huge blessing, that you were able to. That's really amazing. And it's not easy, I don't think it was easy for anybody to adjust with that. That's great. I love it. I feel like I grew a little in the waistband, a little bit, unfortunately. I grew that way in this year. Good morning, Sandra.
Well, I can't tell.
And it wasn't a lot, but it was, there's definitely a lot more eating all the time. Yeah, it is. I'm glad you shared that, Mr. John. Now, you were late, Cheryl. We're talking about how we've used this year to grow and learn. So I'd love to hear anybody's stories about what they have grown this year from. I've learned you probably are a hermit. Ditto. I have enjoyed being home. I used to volunteer at a botanic garden 2 days a week and at my church for functions. So you're always busy. Yeah, that's good. And those are such positive things, but you also sometimes are like, it's good to have a breather from some things too. But it hasn't been too hard on you being a hermit, huh, Judy? Yeah, in a lot of ways that was the easy part for me too. I tend to be a hermit anyway. He is. He really is. I'm so glad that you see that.
And
Yeah,
by the
it's.
I think that we all let out
Wait,
our
there you go.
oh, I think we all let out our inner hermit a little bit, and had to rely on that during this time. It was so weird and unprecedented that that I think we all had to kind of say, okay, what are some of the things that we want to do at home? What are the things what's on the honey-do list that I've been wanting to get to but haven't been able to?
I
And that's
I
been
don't
great.
write you a honey-do list.
No, but we have our own honey-do list that we want to do with our honeys at home and do well. That sounds weird. That sounds different. That's a different list. But you know, just the around the house list of things to get done.
Yeah, we painted 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms in our house?
That's right. That's right.
Revamped some spaces. I have grown just by the classes I have through your classes.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
awesome. I love that too, Cheryl. I think it's been definitely a year where you need a creative outlet. And I'm so glad that that's, you know, that online classes have been able to allow people to either learn new talents or at least focus a little bit more on their new talents and skills. I think that's awesome. So good for mental health too. Embrace the inner hermit. And here we are on dehermiting a little bit. Are you scared? Are you worried? Morning, I most definitely am a hermit. I have known that for a long time. But the last year has been extremely difficult because when you're used to a freedom, one never wants to have them taken away, even for a pandemic. Yeah, it was a huge adjustment, even for us self-proclaimed hermits. I agree. As I think sometimes people don't believe me when I say I'm an introvert, but I really am an introvert. I find that I recharge by being on my own in my own brain in my own space, but I really enjoy people. So I'm a converted kind of hybrid because of cookies. You know, it's totally changed how I am socially. How I was very, very shy before cookies. As a kid, I was painfully shy outside of my family. And so cookies really changed my world. And I've missed that so much, just the being in person with cookie community, teaching in person and things like that. You've been doing major decluttering 38 years in the same house.
Yeah.
That'll do it. I have some cupboards. Oh, I missed that last part. I have some cupboards. You've learned what is most important. You miss your kids. And that happiness is a choice and make the best of every day. Yeah, no one is promised tomorrow. I feel like we so often we wait to be happy. Like, oh, once I get this, I'll be happier. Once I do this, this will make me happier. And sometimes some changes are needed to be happier. But so much of the time, it's like you need to be happy in spite of, in the meantime, right? Be happy in the meantime. You're an
Happy in the journey.
extroverted introvert. Me too. Yeah. I like that. Extroverted introvert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel that. Because I enjoy it while I'm in it. Like take Cookie Con, for instance. You know, I'm super private introvert, but I really enjoy people. Sounds familiar. Cookie Con, I want to meet everybody I possibly can, say hi to as many people as I can, French kiss as many people as I can. Oh, wait, no, that was too far. No, really meet people and just share in that, you know, space and that energy. But once I get home, it's like I don't want to look at any person I don't know for like a good 2 weeks. Like, let me just have just family around me and just let us breathe, you know? If we didn't embrace being hermits, we would have all gone crazy. Yeah. But didn't you learn so much about yourself and about just different relationships you have, you know? I still find it crazy how everything around the world is experiencing the same trials and tribulations with their businesses, no matter where we are in the world. Yeah, this is a completely global thing. And while I feel like it should be a bonding thing, I think it is in some cases, but I feel like it's so divisive. You know, it's really brought out the extremes, which has been really difficult too. You know, morning. Yeah, I saw this one. Oh, yeah, we saw that one.
Okay.
Jacqueline, yeah, which was such a good point. I could see it again. I would read it again. What is the one piece of advice you both would give that you could give to use cookies to our business owners that you learned this year having to adapt to the pandemic? I feel like the Magoo-universe here is such a different business than a lot of businesses, but I feel like cookies are so perfectly positioned to be successful throughout the pandemic. It's a single serving way to celebrate somebody. It's very sanitary. You can ship it. So if you can ship it, that's key too. But even if you can't, even if you can just do face to face, I feel like cookies are like uniquely positioned to thrive because people still wanted to celebrate things. They still want to celebrate birthdays and events that are happening, but it was harder to celebrate someone. And so I feel like cookies was a great way to send a customized little love note to people. So I would say really amp up that message that like cookies, I decorate these with gloves on, with a mask on. They're totally safe, and it is a great way to show someone that you're thinking about them and you love them. So that's I would really like push that. If I were to sell orders of cookies, I think that would be good.
And I feel like we also tend to get in a rut. We stay with the familiar. We stay with many businesses, or many people will sell to the same clients and not expand. This is a time when over the past year and really moving forward, don't think that because there's a light at the end of the tunnel and we're seeing our way out of this, that we're not in the pandemic and we've lost these opportunities to do these things. That's not it at all. Now is the time to make subtle changes, to change your outreach, to make sure that you're reaching a new clientele and reaching out to different businesses and trying to expand your way of thinking and getting in new clients and new ways to sell your product.
It's a great time to make changes in your business too, because everything's changed. If you had some things that you thought, okay, I'm way underpriced, and you realize that, change your prices. You know, like we talked with Jackie Hebe, who was just a business guru genius of a Sugar Bot Bake Shop, and she said it's such a good time to make positive changes for your business because people are expecting changes, and you know, it's the best time to make sure that you're working productively and making a profit. You know, mm-hmm. It should be the gift should be from the person that's buying the cookies. You shouldn't be gifting your cookies. You know, it should come from the person who's paying you for your time and your efforts. And you should always be making sure you're making a profit. So you should be costing your ingredients and your time and all that into it too, making sure that you're making what you're worth. Cookies are custom, personal, and edible art. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. Agreed. Yeah, there's nothing better. And it's a piece of art that you're eating. I think that's so beautiful. People are so often saying like, how do people eat these? But I think that's the most beautiful part is taking this art into yourself. You're you know, it's part of you. It's beautiful. As a cook, our direct target market and demographic can change now from being local to global. Yeah, now's the time to do that. Definitely. Little pivots. It doesn't even have to be a huge change, right? Sometimes it's just the little things. Mm-hmm. Even just like right now is it's a great time to show your community that you care and you're aware, and say like, hey, you know, we know these are hard times, and you know, it's always a funny thing giving away your stuff for free. You don't want to do that too often, but sometimes in little ways, of course, it's always appreciated, and it can boost your business that way too if people aren't even aware of you. A little freebies go a long way every once in a while. Were you going to say something, Mr. John?
Oh yeah, I was just going to say that also people are and other businesses are going to be at different places on this spectrum on where you are during the in coming out of this of the pandemic. There are those that are waiting for full vaccination before moving forward. There are those that don't want to be vaccinated and are ready to move forward. You need to pay attention to the climate, to your local climate, and to the way that other people are feeling. Don't now is not the time to be judgmental of one another. We're all going to be at this thing at a different place and a different rate. And that's something to keep in mind with your business.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's like right now is the time to act in a way that will make yourself proud. You got to be true to yourself, and
Yes.
that's different for different people, apparently, very apparently. But if you're proud of how you treat people, if you're proud of your choices, just be aware that maybe not everybody feels the same way, and especially in business, don't get caught up in getting too political, or because this isn't a question of politics. This is a question of being aware and being kind. I think that's what the main point it comes down to, right? Ooh, we're getting into some.
Well, these are philosophical conversations, but these are and questions, and I love all the comments and your questions,
Yeah.
and thank you very much for participating today. But these are things that as business owners we need to think about, and it's a good conversation to have on a Monday. This is the start of the week. What do you want to do? What are some simple steps that you can do to adjust your thinking or to reach out in a different way? I have been doing things very different in my office over the past few months, and it hasn't been overnight. It's been slow adjustments. I'm sure that you guys have noticed that the change on Arty's Live. That there have been several small changes that have occurred over the last few weeks that we're still getting used to. But these are to make the experience better for you and better for us and better for everybody.
Yeah, I like how it's a great conversation to have as a community like this. Yeah, especially as things are changing so rapidly too. Just to be on top of it and aware. I feel like getting a perspective from multiple people really helps me. I like to research as much as humanly possible, because I like to know all sides of things to get a better view of it. Ooh, I dropped my earbud. And that being said, with the changes we were talking about, we're not going to do our regular Friday play dates anymore. I think every once in a while, they'll still happen. I'm sorry, it's so lame. But there's just, as things are opening, we have more events and things. The kids have track and band and dive and things like that, and things are just kind of I'm seeing things getting in the way in future. It worked really well throughout this pandemic. It was so fun to see you and do fun things on Friday. We'll still do fun things every Monday though. That's still in the plans. We've been doing this for how many years now? Monday Minute has been around for a while. So we'll still continue doing our Mondays, and we'll do some tutorials and fun things on Mondays as well. We'll kind of make those, combine the Friday and the Mondays together into one day. So I'm bummed I'm not going to see you twice a week anymore, but we'll still have our hang on Mondays at 10 if you want to join us.
And there will be
you guys so
special
much.
events. There will be special events and things that we're going to that will sprinkle in there. There has been talk both with us and on the McGoo student body about that karaoke party that you want to do. So
yeah, it needs to happen. Yeah, we just need to put it on the calendar, make sure it all works. You can look forward to them. Yeah, we'll look forward to our Mondays together. Cheryl, I agree. Yeah, I'm gonna feel a bit of a loss every Friday now. I'm gonna be like, I miss my friends, but then we'll see each other Monday. It'll be good. Anything else? I feel like I'm forgetting something that I was gonna. I think that's it. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you guys sharing on here, and always. I always feel like it's just catching up with friends on Monday. I'm bummed that I can't see you back, but it helps me a lot. I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's a healthy idea for self-care too, by doing what's yeah, there you go. Love it. Yeah, think of this, ooh, that was loud. Mr. John, your little magical sound.
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting texts.
Yeah, I forget what I was gonna say. That magical sound just totally took me out of my zone. It was probably my cue to go because I do need to go. Sage is having her first dive meet. And I'm super excited to see her dive for her last couple times in high school before she moves on to the college level diving. So yeah, I got to get her to dive. I hope you guys have an amazing week. Take care of yourself. Let yourself shine. Do things that help yourself shine. Yeah, I just love you. I think you guys are amazing. And I'll see you next Monday, right? Yeah, in the meantime, have a delicious day.